Hello, I'm Roel Rollins, founder and lead business coach at VisionWorks. And today I would like to introduce you to morning affirmations at VisionWorks. We are proud and excited to bring to you a technique utilized by many top performers in just about every field of endeavor. So what is an affirmation? An affirmation is an oral or written statement confirming something to be true even when you don't feel like it. VisionWorks affirmations are simple, positive statements declaring specific goals or outcomes for your day. These empowering declarations can have profound effect on the conscious and subconscious mind. So why affirmations? Positive affirmations can help you create positive emotions, which can improve your mental, emotional, and physical health. The awareness that affirmations produce makes you more likely to challenge negative or defeating thoughts as they arise. Research on affirmations indicates that they can boost your problem solving and decision-making skills, help you to perform better under pressure, help you to focus on abundance rather than lack, and develop an attitude of gratitude. So how do you make the best of VisionWorks morning affirmation? First, find a place free of distraction. Secondly, remain calm. Smile if it feels natural to you. Say your affirmation slowly and clearly. That's number 3. Fourthly, repeat the affirmations at least 3 times, really focusing on the meaning of each word. We are convinced that these affirmations, when added to your daily routine, will empower you for greater impact. So look out for more of our promos and subscribe, and you will receive our podcast once a week that you can repeat daily to set your day on the right path. See you on the inside.
Welcome, and good evening, everyone. My name is Roel Rollins, your host and the founder of VisionWorks, an impact consultant with VisionWorks. VisionWorks comprises a team of business consultants, trainers, and coaches committed to helping individuals and businesses thrive in a very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. Some people refer to it as a VUCA world. We guide our clients to unearth their creative genius and direct their efforts towards innovation. This we have seen fuel all sorts of great ideas for sustainability, and ideas that create transformational impact. These ideas and these solutions yield unprecedented and harmonious business and personal success. Today, and every financial Friday, we focus on our financial well-being and prosperity. As a certified planner for over 20 years, I've seen what financial distress can do to the best of us. Indeed, I'm sure you have your own stories as well that you can share. So our rationale for this evening came about through a survey we conducted. In our survey, we asked, how are you making out? And you replied. Of the many things you shared, 3 things came out on top. Your concern about making money during this pandemic, fears about managing your debt, and ideas to help you budget and cut spending and save money. We responded by bringing together some great individuals through this series that focus their time, energy, and effort on helping others grow financially. Today, we focus on pivoting. Today, it's titled Pivot for Profit, Pivot for Success. I did a little research, and this is what came up concerning this word pivot. You know, it's a word that is used so often in today's world, given this pandemic. A pivot is essentially a turning point. A pivot point spells change. In this case, significant change. The principle here is the ability to see and understand current and emerging trends and realign our mindset, or behaviors, or skill set and resources to meet this new requirement. In one way, we can also see it as being ready and prepared to repeat this process as and when required. The thing about pivot points in the research I've discovered, though, is that sometimes it's difficult to understand when we're in a pivot point, because they're often disguised. They're often disguised as challenges, as crisis. So many times when we're trying to get out of it, we should really be trying to grow out of it. This is the way in which pivot points are disguised at times. Sometimes it may be intense personal circumstances and trials, a sense of being overwhelmed, situations beyond our control, a time when our current skills and approaches don't seem to work, when sometimes we're facing a desert of ideas and solutions. And of course, there's the idea of failure. But as I did the research, some very interesting things emerged. Every time there were massive pivot points and challenges on a global scale, a number of things came out of it. Just consider this, for example. Names like WhatsApp, Instagram, Uber, Microsoft, Apple, Airbnb, General Electric, General Motors, IBM, Disney, Google, Facebook, and the list goes on, all came out of very trying and difficult circumstances on a global scale. Not only this, quite a lot of inventions, things like the printing press, Newton's theory of gravity, the ambulance, the canning process, DNA, synthetic rubber, radio frequency identification, the microchip, and it goes on. Human space flight, internet, all these things came out of past pandemics, past challenges. So the question for us today is to really consider the opportunity that this pivot will bring. Our program today consists of 2 presentations of 5 minutes each. After each presentation, we will have a 5-minute Q&A where you will be able to post your questions in the comment section using the following hashtag. Hashtag ask presenter's name _ and the question you'd like to ask. For example, hashtag my name Rollups and the question you'd like to ask. So this evening, in a sense, we flip the script and invite you in to be part of our panel of experts as you examine the ideas that are presented to help you make more money. We also have a very special panel discussion where we delve deeper into this question of pivoting and pivoting for profit. So I encourage you to ask a lot of questions. Open your mind to innovations. Sometimes you may have to step out of your comfort zone to achieve something you've never had before. Be prepared to do something for yourself you've never done before. Look forward to our links in the comment section where you can meet with our presenters on a one-on-one. So be positively expectant, solution focused, and armed with your questions for presenters, and let's make some more money. So we get into our first set of presentations. So coming on first, we have Miss Alina Lewis. Miss Alina Lewis is an expert in the area of social media among many other skills and talents. As an education consultant, she has established training programs and training offerings that have helped so many persons over the years. In today's presentations, she's going to be focusing on an opportunity for you that will help you maximize the social media environment. So, without further ado, Miss Alina Lewis, all yours.
Good evening, everyone. Super excited to be here because what's the theme? Make more money. And I'm here to say, hey, make more money giving referrals. You'll probably already do it. But through the LSC Ambassador program, you can earn commissions by giving referrals to quality service and products that benefits persons within your network. My name is Alina, and today I represent Lewis Service Company, or LSC for short. Established in 2010, LSC provides full service business and administrative support to freelancers, technicians, small businesses, and other self employed persons. Services include administrative support, marketing support, as well as educational and professional development support services. So you heard me say make more money by giving referrals by becoming an LSC ambassador. But who is an LSC ambassador? Well, LSC ambassadors are real people who believe in supporting professional entrepreneurs with information about all things developmental. These individuals are familiar with the need for business support services, and they want to spread the word about these products and services because they're passionate about seeing others benefit from its use. LSC ambassadors could be education support personnel, professionals, business owners, community leaders, club organizations, anyone with a network of other professionals and entrepreneurs within their space. Now, please note, I want to encourage you. The experience of the LSE ambassador is one that involves posting about business development, services, or products, whether they use social media or even offline modes. These are people who love having genuine conversations about products and services that enhance the efficiency of other professionals and entrepreneurs. And of course, persons who are invested in harnessing the power of trusted communication because we understand the power of word of mouth as they give new clients reason to trust products and services based on information that they provide. Because, of course, you get to now develop your own authoritative perspective based on the exposure and training that you'll receive. By joining the LSC Ambassador Program, you're able to formalize your relationship with people who need business support services, and you get to focus on promoting products and services by driving conversations both online and offline. The LSC Ambassador Program provides a great opportunity to make more money because of its benefits and rewards. So, what are the benefits? Well, there's flexibility around your daily routines. There are no fixed hours. You become more informed about services that you, as a professional, probably already use. You have independence and creativity with working, and this causes you to then naturally increase your online, your social media presence because you now become a source of content as you create and impact communities. And the rewards are equally as awesome because you get to access products, service, discounts for your community, those in your network. The people to whom you are making referral get to purchase the services they need at a discounted rate. You as well get to access personal discounts on products and services, and where possible, you benefit from receiving free promotional items, new and exclusive products, and most importantly, you earn commission on referred sales every time a new client makes a booking. And I love to say, because VisionWorks is all about impact, you get to make impact by accessing giveaways for your community. So even as you consider the option of becoming an LSC ambassador, here are some key takeaways. Know that it's ideal for real people who believe in supporting professionals and entrepreneurs with information about all things related to business development. They're passionate about providing word of mouth information people can trust. I want you to remember that through this formalized arrangement, you, the ambassador, can provide information about products and services that are tailored for leaders, professionals, and business owners as you now take advantage of this opportunity to earn commission, to earn income without having to neglect existing commitments. Whether your commitment is a job, whether your commitment is a business you're running, whether your commitment is taking care of a family, you get to continue doing that and use the power of your referrals to earn income. And within the realm of impact, remember, as an ambassador, you and your community benefit from discounts, giveaways, and information about products and services that benefit the business community. So, to learn more, I want to encourage you, send an email to lscservices@live.com or definitely check the comment section as you get the link to sign up to become an LSC ambassador. So, Roll, thank you so much for having me on, and I look forward to our Q&A time.
Thank you very much, Miss Lewis. Thank you very much. Tremendous opportunity. But tell me something, as I was listening to you there, this word LSC ambassador, it sounds like a big thing. Would someone need training? Would you have to train them? How does someone prepare
Yes.
to be able to share some of the products and services?
So persons who become part of to register and say, I want to be an ambassador, I already talk to people, I already make referrals, I'm familiar with XYZ. Once they fill the registration form, what happens is that they're able to go through a process where we ensure that it's a great match and we help them to understand how their existing network can complement. And we take persons through orientation. And in the process of orientation, not only are we providing an orientation as to the services and or the products that are available, and these are updated quarterly, but also you get training to understand how to network, how to reach out, how to build your community. And the benefit is because you're promoting as much as it's possible, you get to benefit from being a part of so many of the programs, opportunities, whether free or discounted, simply because you are a part of the ambassador program.
So does one have to pay for this? This sounds like
No.
significant. No, so this is totally free?
So you don't have to pay to be a part of it. It is totally free in terms of joining because the benefit comes when you recognize here what I want to leverage my community to be able to make money. Everyone benefits. You benefit because you get access to services. The people who you make referrals to benefit because they get to access products and services at a discounted rate. And you, the ambassador, benefit because you get to earn a commission on whatever confirmed
Wow.
referrals that you make.
This is tremendous. So because this is essentially like a lifelong skill that you're teaching
Definitely.
persons, they can use this skill anywhere.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit more about the products and services. Could you give some example of the types of products and services that the ambassadors will have to recommend?
Sure. So there are various types of products and services. So as I mentioned earlier, LSC Core 3 is administrative support, marketing support, education and professional development. So from a service point of view, persons who know others who need social marketing support, that you have people who want to transform and get online, don't know how to need support, don't know to connect with. Well, here it is. You get to be an ambassador for a company that already stands, provides a lot of these services, does a great job, has a good track record, and you can now feel comfortable to say, hey, I know this company, you should check them out. And if you use my code, you're going to get a discount on that service. So once that
Wow.
person has the information, say, hey, I like the work that this company does. I found out about them through this ambassador, and they give a code, you get to earn a commission, they benefit from a discount, and everybody is happy in the process. So, whether it's a business support service or whether it's a developmental service like webinars, for example, right now there is available the Digitize to Transform webinar series that started in October. Ambassadors who promote this webinar series, again, they earn a commission when they tell people who need this training, hey, you should sign up. People who sign up get to do the program at a discounted rate. Everybody is happy. And then, of
Wow.
course, coming in 2022, we're super excited because we're going to be bringing some exclusive products that will not be available in your supermarket, in your traditional malls and stores, that you're going to get exclusively through the LSC ambassadors that are tailored for both business owners, professionals, and families. So we're really expanding on our offerings come 2022, where we're not only going to have services available for the ambassadors to promote, but we're also going to have products, exclusive products available that makes it so worthwhile.
Wow. So I get this training. I don't have to go anywhere. I can stay right at home,
Yeah,
use the internet, use the phone, and I can sell and refer these services.
yeah.
Wow. That's so what will one need? Do I need to be on the internet? Do I need a laptop or computer? What does one need to be part of this
What
program?
you know what you need is dependent on your natural flow. Some people work really well online and their community is online, so it's great if they have their laptop and their internet connections to do their promotions and connect, because we want to remember it's not promote and flag in people's face. It's about genuine authentic conversations with people in your network and in your expanding network that you're making general referrals to. So it's, you're not forcing anything on anyone. You're not spamming anybody to say, oh, I need a great connection so I can just send a ton of emails and spam everybody. No, it's about the genuine connections. But there are some people, they're not online people. They're probably mobile people, and their community is on WhatsApp and all these
Telegram
other
and
mobile
Signal.
apps. So if
Yes.
that's where your community is, that's where your network is, then it might be more on a phone person messaging people, hey, I have something to show you, share with you. Some
Wow.
people are talking people. They like to talk to others on the phone or on a Zoom
Yes.
call. We're on COVID, so we don't have the in-person, we don't have gatherings and public events right now. But what you need is going to be dependent on who you are and how you flow in your communication, because it's
Yes.
meant to be organic. It's not supposed to be a headache. It's not supposed to be, oh my
Yes.
gosh, I'm trying this thing, I don't know what I'm doing. No, it's supposed to be a natural flow. So whether you naturally communicate by email, then use your email communication path to share info. If you're a WhatsApp person, use your WhatsApp. If you like to talk to people on the phone, then when you make your phone call, say, hey, you know, I was to tell you about this. And if you're a social media online person, by all means, use networking that's available online.
Great, great. This sounds tremendous. I have one more question for you. Yeah,
Sure.
you know, I know it's the number one question that everyone listening there. I'm not sure if we having any, we got any questions from our listening audience, but I'd certainly like to, on the audience behalf and certainly my behalf, because this sounds very interesting. You can really make money doing this thing. What kind of money? Let's say, you know, I need to pay a bill, I need to pay the rent. You know, can referring these services help me with the bills that I have to pay? That's the kind of, what kind of money can I earn as an ambassador?
The beauty about working for commission is that what you earn, you get to dictate that based on the connections that you make and the value of services that you represent. So, for example, if it is you choose to focus on services that's probably just worth 100, 200, $300, then you earn a commission on just a couple $100. But if it is you have colleagues who probably are going to be booking services with $3,000, $4,000, then clearly you're making a much higher commission. So really,
Okay.
how much you earn could range anywhere from hundreds to thousands or more,
So
based on what you promote and how many people you promote and secure new clients to come in to take part in these services.
so tell me something. So let's say I want to make an extra $2,500 every month. Can
Hmm.
you then build a program? Can we sit with you and you then show us what
Yes,
services, what
definitely.
products, how to
Yeah.
do it, and show us how we can earn that kind of money?
Definitely. And really
Oh,
guide you, of course, based on your own background and what's a natural flow,
yes,
guide
yes.
you as to, okay, if this is the amount of money you want to earn, then we recommend you focus on promoting these programs or these products, because the commission you earn from it would be able
Great,
to help you
great.
achieve that target that you have. So, yes,
This
most
is
definitely.
excellent. Excellent. Well, Miss Lewis, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So if you want to connect with Miss Lewis, we have all the contact information in the links in the comment section, so you can check her out there. Also, you can check us on our booking link on Facebook on VisionWorks at the handle at VisionWorks Solutions, and you can find our booking link and also make appointments to see Miss Lewis. It's at no cost. So thank you very much, Miss Lewis. So now we move on to our second presenter, and our second presenter is Mr. Kevin Sandy. And Mr. Kevin Sandy is a tech guru, a tech expert, a tech consultant, and he has helped so many persons manage the online world, the technical world, the IT world. And today he presents some ideas around working online. Some ideas he has presented, but backed by popular demand, he's here again to share these ideas. And after, we're going to talk a little bit about what he's doing and how he can benefit. So without further ado, we turn over to Mr. Kevin Sandy.
Okay, so welcome everyone, and this is a wonderful opportunity for me to share about working online. And we want to show to make you work online in a simple way so that you can move from frustration to freedom. One of the things that people don't know is who can work online. Employees can work online, Self-employed or freelancers could work online. Entrepreneurs or business owners can work online. Now, the thing about it is that why should you work online? Well, it helps you to escape unemployment and retrenchment because it allows you opportunities around the world, access to opportunities around the world, which may not be in your country or your community. Also, you get access to job opportunities that are not located in necessarily your sphere, but that you could find out from people who need training in the area where you are expert in. Okay, even though you don't have a job opportunity, somebody might need you to actually train them what you know, with your knowledge, your experience. You also get to attract clients if you have a business from around the world who may not be in the same country as you. You also get paid in different currencies, and you can choose to get paid what you want. You also get to avoid the 2 to 5 hour traffic, that you have to commute from to and from work. You get to save on clothes and on meals and on transport just from working online. You get to also enjoy more quality time with your family. You get to control your time and your space. For example, suppose you're a night person, you come alive in the night, but your job locally is in the day. You can actually switch around things to work when you want, when you're working online. All right. You'll also be able to get the different things that you need to do to work online. So 4 things you need to work online. One, you need a digital device, of course, with speakers and mic working properly. Additionally, if you get a camera, that is even good, right? But a digital device, phone, laptop, tablet, anything like that. You need a platform to work from. So there are different platforms you can work from based on what you want to do. You also need a local bank account and or credit or debit card. And you need an online bank account. These things you may not know how to get, no problem. That is what we train people how to get these things very easy. Now, you can get access to different things, even if it's reading you like, even if it's writing you like, even if you just like speaking, even if you just like doing things by yourself. I could find something for you to do online. Also, one of the wonderful things is that if you actually join our program in working online, you get access to my book, which is Escape Job Hunting, showing you where you do not need to run hunt for a job anymore. You can get jobs available to you around the world from anywhere, right? So join us, learn how to work online, and you get to avoid the fear of being retrenched or being sent home because your gift, your knowledge, your experience, the things that you love to do, there is somebody around the world who needs it. You just need to know how to connect with them. That's what we help you to do. Whether you want to do it as a freelancer that work, get paid by the hour, or you want to be a business owner that owns a platform, owns a system, or create something as a consultant or a coach or a counselor or a teacher or a trainer. You can create digital products that work for you. Whether it's an ebook, an online course, a workshop, a podcast, you can actually just create these things, have them running online and working for you and getting paid. Even while you're sleeping, even while you're on vacation, even while you're having fun somewhere else, it's been sold, people are buying it, people are using it. Also, you have freelancers who support you, people are working for you around the world, freelancers who pay them, you pay them maybe $5 or $3 an hour, and they're doing all of this for you. So you have access to all of this resource, global resource. No fear of getting paid because some people are afraid that they won't get paid. You will get paid, and we are here to show you how to get paid. So join us in Working Online Made Simple at sitsmobile.com. www.sitsmobile.com. Thank you for joining. Have fun.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sandy.
Hi.
As always, it's so great to have you. Have you
Indeed,
all with
indeed.
us?
Indeed. It's good. It's good indeed. Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned something there. You spoke about traffic, and man, that's so real for me. 2 to 5 hours of traffic. There's so much, I guess, so much opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
I really like what you're sharing, and it's really great for persons out there who are tentative about working online. There's so much being bandied about now, and I like how you've made it simple, which is really what you talk about, working online made simple.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of some concrete steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe the steps that someone will have to take, they call you, and then what happens there? Could you give us like a couple steps as to what will happen before someone can be able to maximize online opportunities?
Right. So the first thing is that we do a free consultation.
Okay.
Free consultation is for me to hear what is it you can do or love to do. Your
Yes.
experiences, your expertise, what
Suppose
is
I'm
it you
not
wish you
sure.
to be doing?
Can you help? Suppose I'm
The-
not sure, and I just don't know. Can you help there as well?
yeah, yes. Now that would mean I would have to enroll you in a different program before you reach working online.
Oh, so there's a program before that. Okay.
Yeah, that's something different. So that has to do with you discovering your gift, discovering your passion. That's a different stuff altogether. That's you haven't
Okay.
started working yet if you don't know what you're gonna do.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do have the opportunity
Yes.
where you can help individuals discover this. Oh,
Yes,
excellent.
that's a
Great.
separate coaching program. Yes,
Great.
yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
we add the assessment. So they do the assessment.
Mhm. Right. No, yeah, well, right. So once the person knows what they want to do and they go through the consultation, this is what they love, then I will direct them. Of course, we go through the whole I don't know if you ever heard of the what they call a cash flow quadrant. Do you want to be an employee? Do you want to be a self-employed? Do you want to be a business owner that owns something that say, okay, this is yours. You have created this thing that you offer, teacher, coach, consultant, whatever it is, it's yours. You provide writing, whatever it is. Okay, that's a business owner. Or do you want to be an investor? Are you looking for investment opportunities where you invest money and you sit back and relax and the money comes to you? So it's based upon where the person wants to fit in
Okay.
online. I
Great.
then guide them to
Great.
the relevant platforms.
Great.
Yeah.
So we make the assessment,
Mhm.
right? You determine where they want to be. Some persons just want looking for a job to be employed. Some
Right.
persons want to create their own stuff. Some
Yes.
person wants to invest. Some
Yes.
person wants to develop content. So
Right.
regardless of wherever you are, you then customize a program. I mean, how much does this cost?
Well, actually, what happens is that I am focused in what I am doing presently for people. So I wouldn't help the person in everything. What I will do is direct them based upon what you want to do. I will not direct them to learn from somebody specific in a specific area if I am not doing that.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's not. I'm not greedy.
Okay,
There are
great.
tons of other coaches and other people who have stuff
Yes.
that I know this is not my area, but I know someone who this is their area of specialty. Learn from this person, enroll in this
Okay.
person's program.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in terms of working with you, how much does this
Work,
cost?
working with me, once the person wants to do digital specifically, I am focused on helping teachers and consultants who want to train and teach more people, but they don't want to spend a lot of hours doing it, but they want to make plenty money. A lot of teachers are complaining these days, right? So that's a specialized group I'm focused on working. Teachers, trainers, consultants, coaches, counselors who want to help more people, they want to make more money. That now is what you call my digital product program, or what you
Yes.
call export your expertise. That has two major costs. There are like four costs, four different options. So one option is where you want just to get your expertise into books or into a digital product or so forth. You just want to create this stuff. You're not interested in marketing and building a whole client list and that sort of thing, which is the business part of it. You just want to create the different things. So that is 100 US dollar, which is or 700 TT dollars per month. That one you create. That is what you help you to just create that. I guide you what to do, and you just do it. That's the smallest, lowest package hanging fruit.
Right. So well, I understand that you will have various packages and that
Yeah,
people will find out more about that when they meet you.
yeah.
But how quickly, after doing these programs, can
Hmm.
someone really earn? Do you really have examples of persons really being able to earn
Yeah.
something to replace income lost? Because that's what's going on now. People are losing income, income is dwindling. Does
Hmm.
this really work?
Right. Very good. So employees around the world are generating income around the world like mad. They have like about 30 platforms, what you will call employment agencies, that connects employees with companies who are looking for somebody to do work for them. And that is what you call when you enroll, you become a freelancer. So that
Okay.
is generating income and it's flourishing.
Wow.
Then you have people like me who help others create their programs. I tell you, the education or training economy now has passed $1 billion.
Wow.
That's just from people creating things to train or teach others.
Yes.
It has
Yes.
passed
Yes.
$1 billion.
So,
Just
so
from the
let me
last
give
year
you a
alone.
scenario. I'm a graphic artist, and
Mhm,
I'm having a little challenge with making money in a traditional way. How can you
mhm.
help me?
Well, the same way, take people like Make Dinner Easy, Crystal, who developed what they call, she's a housewife. She developed something called Make Dinner Easy. I'll do the same thing. Hey, it's either you will, as a graphic artist, you want to be an employee and work for other people looking for graphics to design for them. So you have little projects that's on the platforms, or you want to develop your unique skill of designing specialized graphics with specialized devices. Then we help you develop a platform with that. Like somebody
Wow.
like Asphalt Man, who is just a normal guy as a laborer, develop what you call now an Asphalt Kingdom,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Helping
Tremendous.
people
Tremendous.
use things to crack, solve,
Yes.
seal asphalt in the garage or
Yes.
in the driveway and things like that. I
Yes.
mean, sky's the limit.
Wow. So essentially, working with your program, you can take someone from anywhere, whether they're clear about what they want to do or whether they're very, very specific, and you guide them, all right, with
With
your group and your cohort of support, and you help them
mhm.
make more money. This
Yes.
is really, really, really tremendous. Any closing remarks before we move on?
One of the things that we have to deal with is help people pass make what they call the mindset shift. So basically, there is something you will need to learn when you're moving from one way of working to the other. Just like when they introduced the computers in the typewriter age. So we have
Yes.
to develop what they call a new skill set. But the skill
Yes.
set is a combination of two things: mindset and tool set. So you
Great.
have to think of the fact that you are working for someone who is in another country, who's going to pay you money that you haven't seen or met physically. That's a
Yes. Yes.
mindset shift. And then tool set, we have to train you. Okay, how do you use your phone or your laptop or your tablet or just the device to not only play games or surf Facebook, but to actually do work and actually receive payments. So there's a tool
Yes.
sets you use. Combine, you get a skill set. So you develop a new skill.
Excellent. Excellent. Just before you leave, that there's this question about money, about being paid online or paying online. Is this
Mhm,
something I think you mentioned in your presentation that you
mhm,
help people? I know there's a lot of fear regarding,
mhm.
will this work? Will my money be stolen?
So
How?
so what I tell people, have you ever bought anything online? So I start there first. Have you ever bought anything online? So if they say yes, so I ask you, you're telling me you actually bought something with your card somehow online in another part of the world and expect it to be shipped to you. How are you so sure that that was going to be shipped to you? How come your money wasn't stolen and you
Yes,
received?
yes,
Or have you ever heard anybody who bought anything online and received it? Or have you ever heard, there's these people who travel and they buy clothes and then they come back and then the clothes will come after in the ship
yes,
for them? Have you ever seen people travel, pick out clothes, put it in barrels and stuff, and then they come back to Trinidad and wait for the barrel to land?
yes,
How are you
yes,
so sure the barrel will actually reach here? Have
yes,
you ever
yes,
heard of people like that on the street selling, but they
yes,
received it
yes,
from somewhere? How did
yes,
you do that? Well, the same way how that happens is the same way you can do it. Let me tell you something. That could have been stolen as well. That
yes,
something could have been. But what happened is that in all areas, there are what you call checks and balances. And because you don't know how to do it, the fear is there. When you learn to drive, after a while, the fear of driving is gone. It's the
yes,
same way.
yes.
When you learn to receive your payment online, after a while you realize, wait a minute, I'm actually doing this
Wow.
thing once, twice,
This
3 times.
is
The fear disappears.
This is tremendous, Kevin. So you really cover the full extent. So thank you very much this evening for presenting. And folks out there, you can get on to Kevin. Look for the links in the comment section if you want to find out more. I'll get into this whole working online world. So thank you very much, Kevin. Great. So now we're going to move into our final feature, or second to last feature really, where we're going to have a little panel discussion around the topic of pivoting. The title of today's program, Pivot to Profit. So we want to delve into what does this really mean? This is a term that has been bandied about quite often. And we have a couple experts, panelists who are here to help us with this particular topic. So with us this evening, you already met Alina Lewis. Alina Lewis is a success coach and social media expert, among many other skills and talents. And she has been in this field for several years, supporting several individuals, businesses, and companies reach their their target markets on using the social media. Thank you very much for being here, Miss Lewis.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'd like to bring back on Mr. Kevin Sandy, and he's a tech and online work coach.
Yes.
So he'll be also sharing as part of our panel.
Mhm. Thank
I'd
you
like to
very
also
much.
introduce Mr. Randall Douglas, a digital marketing consultant.
Hmm.
All right. Ingenuity Business Development. That's the name of his company. And he specializes in all things marketing. And in tonight's session, he will also be making contributions in that area as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Douglas.
Thank
And
you.
we also have Mr. Arnold Best.
Hmm.
And this is a man that goes by many names, right? You see, they're an expert in human behavioral patterns, a certified NLP practitioner. So he helps you to make that mental shift. So this evening, he is our mental pivot coach. Oh, we like that title, Mr. Best.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. Thank you very
Mental
much.
pivot coach. I like that.
Thank you very much, gentlemen and lady. So we're going to jump straight into our discussion. So, we've been hearing a lot about pivoting, right? But what does it really mean to pivot? Earlier, I laid the foundation that pivoting is a turning point. But anything else that you'd care to add on the particular topic when we say pivot? When persons out here hear the term, I have to pivot, what does that really mean? I'll go with Miss Lewis. You care to chime in?
Sure, I would encourage persons to consider pivoting to be that experience where we come to realize that the way things were is not working to produce the results that we once had, that we're seeing in our projections when we look at the strategies, that we may not be able to continue the course that had been originally set. So pivoting means you don't sit and feel hopeless, but you look at your own skills, your understanding, your qualifications, your environment. You take a look at the environment around you, assess what are the strengths and weaknesses you have to contribute to potential opportunities and overcome the threats. So that way you can make the change needed to ensure that who you are and what you have to continue to give to society is sustainable. So pivoting then is me saying what I used to do is not working to produce the results that I originally had intended. So I'm going to make some adjustments either in my own skill sets, or I'm going to make adjustments in the way that I operate my career or my business to be able to continue to experience positive results. It may be in a similar area as I originally functioned. It might be in a different area, but the goal is sustainability so that my business or my career does not crash, but I could continue to thrive as an individual.
Thank you very much. And certainly this pandemic, it's clear that some industries are literally disappearing. You understand? There's some skills that disappearing. So the requirement to make a change is important. Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Douglas?
Well, I think a lot was said there by Alina, but certainly one of the things that are key things for pivoting is really that ability to be flexible. And being flexible certainly demands a certain different mindset from most individuals. We are accustomed to kind of being where we are, not really having to change and move. We are accustomed to comfort. And therefore, being flexible is key. In addition to that, we have to make sure that we are listening, because it means that we have to look at our environment. I think Alina touched on that in terms of scanning what is out there and saying, okay, what our customers are looking for, or maybe it's something different. As an example, I have a colleague of mine, she's an event planner, and as you would imagine, during COVID times, events dried up, died, became zero. But what she pivoted into was that she actually managed one of the vaccination sites in Trinidad and Tobago. She
Wow.
made those links. Now, she didn't have all the expertise, but she gathered the people around her who could provide the expertise. But her core competence, which is organizing an event, and a vaccination site is an event with a medical sort of stint or focus, she put it into that. And in doing so, not only she, of course, did a great social service to the country, but she also got her name out there with a new set of individuals, new sets of persons. So pivoting is very key to be flexible. You have to also be listening and scanning the environment out there. And you must not also, you have to be very open to the idea of retraining yourself or your staff, or even hiring someone new temporarily or so to get to where you need to go.
Great. Thank you very much. And you mentioned a keyword there, and it's been mentioned before, the whole question of mindset. And I wanted to pose this to Mr. Arnold Best there, is there such a thing called a pivoting mindset? What's the kind of mindset that's required, for persons to be able to profit in this pandemic, and maybe some might say post-pandemic world? What's the kind of mindset you would advise that's required?
The first thing I will tell people when it comes to the mindset of profiting, talking about money, the first thing I'll ask somebody is what they think about money. Some people have different perception about money, and that's a big thing, that people have before the pandemic about understanding money. Most people don't understand money, to be honest. Most people don't understand what that mindset of having money, because we live in a society where we were told that, just have enough. What is that having money? What is that really going after this money that you're looking for? Some people don't have that mindset. They just know that they want to be comfortable. If you want to be comfortable, stay in your job. If you want to be comfortable, just do what you're doing. But anytime you're going into a business, firstly, going into a business or having a business is a spiritual movement, because you're serving people, right? So let's go back to the profit part of it now. When you're looking for money, you always have to look beyond more of. We always limit our mindset of, this is all I need, this is what I want. Because business is taking different angles, places that you never thought you'll have been, monies that you never thought you'll have ever seen or have. So preparing yourself for that is critical, because sometimes we're in a position where we never had before. We start off, we get a little 10,000 or 20,000. We never had that type of money in our hand. We invested. When we invested, now we don't have these people behind us to really coach us or to guide us where to spend the money, where to invest it back in. We start to spend. So understanding money is key. It have a lot of literature, a lot of videos, a lot of understanding of monies out there, of what money, how you could manage your money properly, but understanding money. That mindset always goes back to, again, our limiting beliefs. Or let's go back to where we are conditioned. That's why sometimes you want to know, well, why, if this person is greedy, we use that word. You have one thing here, you have an income coming here, you have another income coming here. You're greedy? Why don't you do something for somebody else? But really and truly, that is hunger. I see it as hunger. When a man have this and have this and have this, it's hunger.
So would this be akin to the whole idea of having a mindset of abundance versus a mindset of scarcity?
Right.
Is this kind of like what you're getting at there?
Right. So here's the thing now with this abundance. So people might say, okay, well, when I have all this money, what am I going to do with it? Again, it's a spiritual movement. So you look at ways of sharing, giving back with that. I mean, what are you going to do with the money? You can't go to the grave with it. But you'll find ways of developing other people, other human beings, just like yourself, who didn't have the opportunity like you. Or when you started, the struggle you went through, even if it's to create a fund to send one of your workers or a young person in your community to some school that could even bring back value to your own company. So all these little things that are what money can do. But again, he was never conditioned in that way. He was never conditioned to understand that when we make this wealth, we learn to share it and we learn to give it in the right way.
I really like the slant that you're taking there, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Best rather, about focusing on this being of service and being of service to many persons, because in a pandemic and in these times, we quickly look at our own situation, we look at our lack, we look at the money we don't have, we look at the bills that mounting up, and we lose sight of service to others and the way in
Right.
which we can be of value.
Okay, so I just want to add one thing there. You made a vital point, and this is what people just miss the point of. Most people when they ask them into business, it's to take care of the family, it's to pay bills. That is where you'll get stuck. That is where you will end up having nothing, in a sense of, I wouldn't say you will end up having nothing, but you will end up in a position where you will end up in pain. And let me talk about this emotional pain I'm talking about here. That's stuck. When you get stuck, you want to know why your business is not growing. Because all you're focusing on is paying bills. All you're focusing on is paying bills. And I'm talking about from if it's rent, if it's salaries, if it's mortgage, and that's what you went into business for, you'll end up in pain. Plain and simple.
It has to be more.
You're going into business to grow. You're going in business to enrich other people's lives.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
But when you're going into that mindset just to pay bills, I'm going to start this business because probably the business or the job I have or what I had before wasn't helping me pay. This will help me pay the bills. Stay in your job.
Okay.
Because anytime you decide to take that money and invest it, and all you're thinking about paying bills, this is what will do for you. You'll end up in pain.
Yeah, that's if the pandemic doesn't take that job. But Mr. Sandy, Mr. Best raised the question of fear. So in terms of addressing the mindset that's needed to enter this world of working online and profiting online and so forth, what do you advise persons in terms of the fear of making this transition? Because I know I face it myself, trying to get online and trying to understand social media, and it could really seem overwhelming.
Number one asset is you need to have a coach. You cannot do it. If you haven't done it before, you cannot do it without a coach. That's your number one asset. I like what Mr. Best said. I'm sitting down, I'm listening to him and I'm smiling. Because resourcefulness is one of my gifts, one of my natural gifts. I'm the guy who grew up in the country in Golden Lane in Tobago. And I will take the pans and the sticks and make a drum set. I will take the wires, battery and switch and run in the fowl coop and make lights for the chickens. Resourceful. But as a mindset, I have it naturally. Everybody don't have it naturally. So based upon what is needed at the time to make the transition, a coach will recognize, okay, in order for you to do this, there's some adjustments need to be made, and the coach will take you through the process to be able to know. That's why I said that if the person don't even know what they want to do, then they need to actually be doing something else before they discover what specifically you want to do. Then let's go and look and see who needs the service. I like how we said about leaving our business to serve people. I took a year no pay leave from my job last year during the pandemic. I invested 6 figures in figures. Yes, last year. That's the level of investment I did last year, 2020. I mean, I've been doing business since 2003, officially, unofficially 95, right? Plus working. And last year, 2020, I had more business opportunities than I've experienced over the last 25 years.
Wow, in a pandemic.
In a pandemic. I was looking for money to invest. I didn't have enough. Left, right, and center, because there was so much things coming, because I am connected in terms of around the world. I'm there on the ball.
Yeah,
so I
that's
know
the abundance mindset.
Right. So that I left, resigned from my job now, and because there is so much, and people actually when I was leaving, people took me out to dinner. To lunch and put me sit down and ask me, what are you doing? Are you sure? And all kind of question. And I said, man, where I sit, what I'm seeing coming. And let me tell you something, it's now starting.
Yes.
There is so much more. But
wow,
the mindset shift. If that is not done, you can't enjoy, you can't experience it.
Yes.
But but the service is the focus, as the reason was
and I know. Yeah, and I know we're spending a lot of time here, but I think it's important, because if you don't, in my estimation, Miss Lewis, if you don't get the mindset right, a lot else is affected, you know, and this is a very serious time. It's a challenging time. It's a pivoting time. It's a turning point. So would you say that this thing is it really possible for people to make this mindset shift? People are coming from all walks of life. We have housewives, we have the unemployed, we have self-employed, we have the laborer, we have the professional. Can people really make this mindset shift?
People can make a shift, but it requires some intentionality and it requires commitment. Because if we're not being intentional to recognize where we want to go and why we want to get there and what's the path that we're going to take, you find we're going to be like the wave moving to and fro. And
Could I
so,
just stop you there a little bit? You use
sure.
this could be a big word for some. When you say intentional, what do you mean?
Yes,
As
yes,
against
and
what?
I
Yeah.
am coming. Yeah, I'm coming. I was coming to definitely
Okay,
get back
great.
to that. In that, it means what we have to do now is to have a sense of commitment. You see, because if we're saying we want to pivot, we want to make changes, no, notice no one here this evening has said it's easy or it's convenient. No one has said that. No one has said it's the most luxurious of experiences where you're in La La Land and the birds are chirping. No one has said that. So there are challenges. There are quote unquote what some may call struggles. There is fear that rises up. There is the questioning and sometimes the self doubt that we have to overcome. But when we have a commitment that recognizes, here's what a change is needed. What do I need to do to enact this change? What do I have to do to get myself in a place where I'm going to operate differently? Then the commitment is where I come in to say we have to have intentions and be willing to move with it and stick with it. And as Kevin mentioned, get a coach. And even if, the whole idea of a coach might seem out of your reach, think about it like this. Connect with people who are where you want to be or on the path to where you want to go. So even if they can't speak into you and open the door, they might tell you where to go, who to connect with. We have to, Mr. Best talked about the whole mindset and he talked about abundance. That comes back to recognizing that it's not me comparing myself to Mr. Sandy, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Best, or Mr. Rollock. It's me having a sense of myself, who I am, where I am, and where I want to go. So just because my path looks different from the other person doesn't make me any greater in value or less in value as a person. And this is why whether you are already in corporate, whether you are a laborer, housewife, a homemaker, whether you are some sort of a professional, you have your place where you can experience abundance in your lane as you continue to expand your lane. But it starts from saying, I am committed. I'm going to be intentional. I'm committed. I'm going to do what it takes. And when it becomes inconvenient, challenging, difficult, I will reach out, I will network, I will get the support that I need so I could continue along the path to achieve the goals that have been established.
Yes, it's really vital. And earlier in my introduction, I shared the various number of companies and inventions and things that have come out of difficult times and challenging times. And it definitely took commitment. And if
Yeah.
and my concern for a lot of us is that if we don't make this commitment, we may find ourselves, I was looking at the news sometime during the last election in the US, and we had these coal miners, right? Now, I don't know. Coal is to me a relic of the past, but they were protesting and they wanted to reestablish this coal industry. And the reality is, with this pandemic shift, all right, we're going to have to make a commitment to something different. And there are opportunities, right? Quite a lot of opportunities that people may not be aware of. And I want to address this to Mr. Douglas, right? What would you say are some of the opportunities that persons can commit to, that has come out of this pandemic, emerging trends? I see we have a little music, accompanying music, background music.
Oh, sorry, that probably is somebody just in my neighborhood decides to
Oh,
pump up
okay.
the volume. My apologies. It comes
You
through
know
the
how you know how
it
it
comes
goes.
through the
That's all right.
window even though it's shut. Yes, we have some people who are enjoying COVID lockdown in a different way, which is a good thing in given our environment. Yes, certainly opportunities can range, role, and it's a very interesting question. There are lot of the different ones we can list, but certainly, obviously, there are a couple of key ones I think people need to look at. First of all, is training, and you might think to yourself, "Well, I'm not doing any training. Maybe I'm in another type of field. Maybe I could be a mechanic. I could be someone who's involved in sports." And you may say, "Well, maybe into the sports, I play sports." But as we've seen, and there's many examples, both foreign and indeed locally as well, you can get involved in training. There are people doing YouTube videos, and those are introductions to courses. There are people putting on courses where they use Zoom, they use Microsoft Teams, and other sorts of tools to do training. And that is an avenue, given our situation where we have to be a bit careful about moving around, where people can take advantage of. So even if that's not what you originally were doing, people can look at training and giving resources that are available online or virtual in a key way like that. So that's the first one. I will give three in all. Second one I would say that people need to look at is, obviously, we have to look at technology because of the environment with COVID and the other things. And there are what we call support services. I mean, Alina has gone into it in terms of what she is doing and providing a really, really strong resource as far as that is concerned. And certainly, there are a lot of other opportunities that people may not recognize where, again, maybe there's something I can do or something that is complementary to what I do now that can be useful in terms of providing resources, either both physical resources or it could be in terms of support resources. So, for example, I know people who have done resources where they have virtual work online, but they actually deliver materials, package materials, and deliver materials to companies, right? At the people's different places of, where they're going to be involved in the training. So people are training at home, but they've arranged now with the companies paying them to go and drop off a package that relates to the training or relates to what has to be done. And so that is a transport business, but it's also a logistics business, and there's different things involved in that. So that is an interesting point of view. And the final thing that I would say that people need to look at, and this is a little different from probably what we're doing, but it's still linked with it, is that you really have to look at the mental space and what people are going through. So there's a lot of room now. This is not so much training, but in terms of developing the mind, counseling, working with people in terms of the same things that Kevin would have spoken about and Arnold spoke about with coaching and development. And again, no matter your field, there are areas where you can help people based on what you can do and based on what you can provide to make sure that life is easier in these times, but also pivoting into something new. And people need that support. So this support now is more mental, right, and less technological. And sometimes that may involve virtual sessions, etc. Sometimes, in some cases where people are comfortable, that may involve one-on-one, socially distanced sessions. It doesn't matter, but there's a lot of opportunity for that. Providing that support, providing that sort of not training, but providing that sort of counseling or other type of coaching and development. So those are three areas I think people need to look at
Yes,
and
yes.
sort of refresh themselves and say, okay, don't just box myself in. What can I do with what I do now? What are my skills that we do? And I'd just like to leave with this one example. I think Alina was mentioning it earlier. No matter what your profession or your field, you have skills that are applicable in today's environment. There was a gentleman I knew, he was a mechanic, and another consultant friend of mine said to him, look, you need to build your business and grow. And he said, well, look, I'm just a mechanic. I don't do anything special. And the consultant said to him, listen, okay, so when you have customers coming, what do you do? Do you just sit them down and start to work on their car? The guy said, no. I asked him a question, asked him what's wrong with the vehicle. Oh, so the consultant said, you know to troubleshoot and diagnose. So the guy said, yes, I guess so. And then he said, so when you diagnose the problem, you just start to work on the car? He said, no, I'll have to give them an estimate of costs and so on. He said, oh, so you know to cost things and provide an estimate and so on. And the guy said, yes, I guess so. And that was how the conversation continued. And it was really beautiful as the example because by the end of the conversation, the guy was like, wow, I did not know I had all these skills
Yeah.
and these
Yes,
competencies.
Yeah.
So
yes.
you have skills and competencies you may not recognize. And that's one of the things we do. For example, in my business as Ingenuity Business Development, we help people to recognize those skills and competencies. And I know all my colleagues do the same thing in their different offerings that they do. So I encourage everybody, take advantage of the opportunities and see what things you can develop to parlay into these different areas of opportunity and skills.
Great, tremendous. And I know you spoke earlier about training and teaching. And, in a previous session, we had Miss Candice Andrews, and she offered a service to help persons create their own masterclass. So whether it is you can make the best pilau, or you have the best fry bake or roast bake, or whatever it is you do very well at gardening. She fashioned a program to help you create a masterclass to make money doing the things you love. So thank you so much for that. So you can check that on our Facebook page if you've missed that. But I want to go over to Mr. Arnold Best, and I know you spend a lot of time, and as a business person, quite recently I saw in America this shift to entertainment, where entertainment was integrated into a lot of what was happening. I give you an example. A lot of people go to these vaccination sites. Why not listen to some music, some acoustics, or somebody in a guitar, or somebody doing a dance, entertain. I saw an application at a fast food place, where because persons couldn't go in to dine, they had to line up and wait. And these young persons came out on their skateboards and with the food in their hand, and they put on quite a show. So it became a whole entertainment, getting your food delivered to you while you're in the car park. So there's so much opportunities. Are there any other things that you would advise persons on in terms of finding these opportunities?
Well, the thing about it, it's what I would say. What you I think Randall mentioned it, and Ms. Lewis mentioned it earlier about opportunities. And this is the key thing here right now. Look for it. It's there. It have so many things. And the thing about it, Errol, it's right in front of you. And I keep on smiling because I know of my own experience and experiences of people I know who wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing it at that time because, business was running. Business, making money and everything. But sometimes it have this little thing that's sitting down in your office for a long while, something that you started from at the beginning of your plan of your business, and things nice. So you're not looking at it, but look at the opportunities now. The opportunities doesn't mean about just looking on the outside or looking for. Look within the environment first. Look within what you're doing, what your offering is. See right there where you're looking at what you're offering, it has something there that you're missing out all the time that you could grab at now and introduce to the market as an opportunity for your business.
Great.
A lot of people, you have to look within first. Look within the environment, whatever business you're into. If it's something that you're accustomed, they have things that we will write down that didn't make sense at the time, or this is the plan we are going with, or the opportunity to come for this product or this service, and we putting it out there. But have things out there that you wrote down. You just need to really come back at it and look back at your notes. Have something there. So that's the first thing, and be ready for it. It's all about preparing yourself. A lot of people are rushing into things quickly, thinking, well, all right, you're grabbing at this now, they're grabbing at that. It will pan out when this market is open back up. The world market on the whole, because we're living in this island, people not seeing that the world is opening up. Yes, this week alone, Ray-Ban introduced glasses that you could take pictures, you could talk hands-free. Come on. So it have things out there that will be happening, but take your time and learn. Take your time and understand. It have a lot of platforms, my colleagues here, who just talk about their different services, right? Learn from them, learn from it, learn from whatever area of business you want to get into. Learn. I keep on using the word learn and I'm stressing on it because we're not taking time to learn. And if we don't learn, right? Randall stressed on it a while ago. Learn.
Yes.
And this is what we need to do right now. No matter the opportunity come, when the opportunity do come, yes, embrace it, but learn as well. Yes. Anything anybody intend to do right now, even though you think you have the real deal and you have it down pack, you have a brilliant plan, continue learning, because the market is changing every day. No matter what market you're into, it's changing every single day. And you just have to look at and again learn from whatever's happening around you in your industry. Learn, see people, listen, read, watch videos, whatever it is. But you need to learn, because the learning, what the learning will do is allow you to foresee. That's what the learning really bringing. Foresight. Because remember, we're making a shift. The world has made this shift already, and we're going to make another shift. Huh?
Yes.
By the end of 20, 2021 into 2022, we're going to make another shift. An advancement of technology, of services, of products. We're going to make that shift.
Yes, yes.
The pandemic has showed us things that we never thought would have been existent. Wearing a mask. Look how value. A lot of young people I see make money off of that.
Yes.
Have their family house without being mortgaged, being taken away from the banks because they were selling masks.
Yes.
So it have opportunities out there where people need to continue looking at. Right, and I know you mentioned the question, you didn't direct it to me, but I want to bring it back. The pivoting, if you notice with our basketballer, and he's pivoting, that when he holds the ball and who don't understand basketball and a man he's looking for opportunity to pass the ball.
Yes,
He pivots.
yes.
He moves.
Yes.
While a man looking to take the ball, he's pivoting right there and holding this ball and moving it all over to pass for the opportunity.
Yes.
Look for the opportunity. This is the main key thing of pivoting, looking for that opportunity while it's still moving. Because you notice he don't stay one place and look around for opportunities. He move.
Yes.
So you gotta continue moving as well. And while you're going through that process, learn.
Great, thank you very much. Very important points. I wanna touch very quickly, Ms. Lewis and Mr. Sandy before we move on to our last question. So, Ms. Lewis, anything else you'd like to get to chime in terms of opportunities you'd like to share with our viewing audience?
I just really want to encourage persons, challenge yourself to overcome fear. A lot of times we are conscious of fear, but then for many other persons, fear becomes a subconscious thing that we hold back. We don't step into the thing that's new, and we have no reason to give why we won't do it. And so if you find yourself in that predicament where you're saying, I want change, I want to do different, I want to step into opportunities, and you do not have a legitimate reason to do so, consider that maybe there may be a thread of fear inside of there, and that's your opportunity to say, I will not be afraid. Whether you say it out loud or you think it in your mind, challenge yourself to not act in a place of fear, but to be bold. What is going to happen? What is the worst that is going to happen if you try to make a better life for you? What is the worst that's going to happen if you attempt to make changes that's going to cause you to live the life that you want to live, to do the things that you want to do? You know, like I was talking to a colleague recently, and I was saying, I am so happy that I get to enjoy every day. And I've been enjoying every day for about 11 years now because I made a decision to step away from the traditional and say, I'm going to pursue giving service in the areas that flow naturally for me. And that is where business and entrepreneurship came into being, when I made that decision to walk away from what everybody thought was the greatest and all the jobs and the titles and the this and that, and say, no, this does not satisfy me. And there's a lot of things that we could choose to allow ourselves to feel fear about, but know that even in this pandemic, even as Mr. Best was just chatting about, he was saying, look for the opportunities, but when you see them, don't sit and say, I don't know, and tell yourself all the reasons why it can't happen. No, look for all the reasons why it can happen, and you go make it happen. There is enough out here for all of us.
Thank you. Well, are we going to have to wrap up now? Guys, it was really, really great.
Indeed.
But before we go, I just want to have, what we call a rapid fire, right? Just give me, what would be tips, 3 quick tips, 3 must-dos, 3 steps that you feel persons must take to be able to pivot and take advantage of the opportunities and profit during and post-pandemic. Just 3 tips, 3 quick tips. Maybe you shared it before. You can share it again in summary. 3 tips you'll advise persons to be able to make this pivot. And I'll go to Randall.
My 3 quick tips are flexibility, connect with your consumer, and listen.
Flexibility, connect, and listen. Thank you very much. Mr. Sandy, 3 tips.
Find a coach.
Find a coach.
Yeah, somebody who is where you want to be. Find a coach. Learn. The challenge with learning is that the societies have looked at learning as work because they connect it to school.
Yes.
But learning is the secret.
Yes.
Yeah. Find a coach, learn, and make the commitment to do it. Right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Find a coach, learn, and make the commitment to do it. Miss Lewis, you mentioned you were talking about fear earlier. You want to add to that?
Definitely challenge yourself to overcome fear, tap into the passion that's on the inside of you, and surround yourself with people who are or are going the place that you want to be. So you're gonna have the support system you need to thrive.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Best.
All right, three things. I want you to look at your resources, your natural born resources, your faith, your courage, and your determination. Start working those muscles.
Faith, courage. Thank you very much. It's been great. You know, I trust that the audience out there was able to glean, you know, that in this time, though challenging, there are opportunities once we have the mindset right, once we overcome our fear. I see a question coming in. I want to progress as a graphic designer as I am now starting up my business. Great, Miss Chinika Crystalon Cupid. So you definitely will want to have a chat, you know, with Mr. Sandy. You know, we should have his information in comment section, and he should be able to help guide you. Also, check our booking link on Facebook. You would see VisionWorks at VisionWorks Solutions. You see a booking link, and you can book and talk to a coach to help you in this regard. So, thank you very much, folks. And now we're going to go into our last segment. We're just going to have a motivational moment now where Mr. Sandy is going to share a couple of thoughts just to motivate and inspire us before we close out this evening's session. So I'd like to turn over now to Mr. Sandy to provide some motivational words.
If you are feeling the pain of retrenchment, loss of job, loss of income, not being able to provide for your family as you would like to, and the circumstances around you seem very dismal, it seems as if you don't know where to turn. You have tried different things. Your friends are telling you, your colleagues are telling you, your families are telling you, there's no other way, there's no option. Even your boss or even the people you work for is telling you there might be no option. They don't know what else to do. We can't help you right now. Let me tell you, in that state that you're in, there are opportunities right around you. There are opportunities, one, in the home or the house that you're in the village that you're in, a community you're walking every day. There is somebody needs something that you can provide and you can help them get. What you have to do is find someone who you can chat with and ask, how can I help the people in my area? How can I help people? Also, look at what you would like to serve people with, not what you have been doing for a job. What would you prefer to be doing instead of working at the job you were working or you're working at now, or you got fired from or got laid off from? What, not just looking for a job to get money or to get paid, what service would you prefer to be doing when you get up in the morning? What would that be like? What is it? Whatever that is, there is a way to connect what you love to do and what other people are looking for. What you need is just someone to help you connect the dots. A coach, a mentor, a guide, a counselor, but there is a way to connect the dots together. Sit down, think about it, pray about it, but study it. There is a way to connect what you want to do really with there is a need somewhere in my family or community around me. And that could be connected. That could be the catalyst to actually get you answering that question. How am I going to take care of this family? How am I going to do this? All right. I hope that works. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to our panelists. Thank you, Kevin, for that motivational moment. Thank you, Miss Alina Lewis, Mr. Randall Douglas, and Mr. Arnold Best for your contribution. And just to let you know, folks, it may appear hopeless, but we know what fear is. False evidence appearing real. You want to be able to understand that this is a pivot opportunity. It's a turning point. You want to be able to recognize that in it, in the challenge, in the crisis, in a pivot point, it's always this often disguised. It's disguised as a challenge, but within the challenge, there exists the opportunity. If, as encouraged by our panelists, you look for it and you open up yourself to the opportunities and you focus on serving. serving the other. So we want to say thank you very much for this edition of VisionWorks Financial Fridays Make More Money program. Thank you so much for being a part, and we encourage you to connect with us online at www.visionworks.solutions on Facebook and LinkedIn, and our handles at VisionWorks Solutions. And also check us, our links you will see in the comment section, links that would have been placed there to touch base with any of our presenters today if you want more information as to how you can pivot and how you can take advantage of these opportunities in this time. So for now, I say thank you very much. Thank you for all the support team, Simone and Alina and your team, and in making this a reality this evening. So hope to see you soon for another edition of Financial Fridays Make More Money. Thank you very much and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you.